In mathematics, we cannot be able to find the solutions for some form of mathematical expression. Such expressions are called indeterminate forms. So in most of the cases, the indeterminate form occurs when taking the ratio of two functions such that both of the functions, so if you have such cases are called indeterminate form 0, so 0 over 0. So we could say that this is not, or this is an undefined equation, or this is an indeterminate form. So overall we could say that the indeterminate form is a mathematical expression that means that we cannot be able to determine the original value even after the substitution of the limits. So here is some of the indeterminate forms of limits. So when you arrive such final answer that it undergoes like this: 0 over 0, or 0 divided by 0, this is an indeterminate form. 0 times infinity, this is equal also to indeterminate form. This one, then this one. So infinite times infinite, this is also an indeterminate form. So infinite minus infinite, this is also an indeterminate form. Infinite raised to 0 is also an indeterminate form. 0 raised to 0, an indeterminate form also. 1 raised to infinity, this is also an indeterminate form. So just take note this kind of indeterminate form, so you can be able to use this one to identify if your solution is already in indeterminate form. Now, how are we going to evaluate the indeterminate forms? So here are some of the methods or techniques that we are going to use if there is an indefinite forms, or after such solving using limits or substitution of any variable, that the such final output or final answer is an indeterminate form already. So we need to use these kind of techniques. So you can use factoring method. Also, you can use L'Hospital's rules. So again, L'Hospital's rules, it requires the derivation of any function. Uh, so you need to know or to learn the difference, or how to differentiate the functions. So to use this kind of rule. So the last one is division of each term by highest power of derivative. So as of now, what we need to do is use the factoring method. So in the preceding topics, we can use the Hospital's rules if we already discussed the derivation of algebraic function, or also in derivation of trigonometric function. So now, so our example number 4, or example problem number 4. So we are going to find the limits of x squared minus 1 divided by x squared plus 3x minus 4. So we know that if we are going to substitute, so if we're going, so x, our x will be approximately equal to 1. So if we're going to substitute in the function, so this is 1 raised to 2 minus 1 divided by 1 squared plus 3 times 1 minus 4. So we can say that this is 1 squared minus 1, this is 0, over, so 1 squared plus 3, this is 4 minus 4, so our answer is 0 over 0. So this is already an indeterminate form. So what we need to do is we try to use the first technique, is the factoring method. So we know that the limit x squared minus 1, this is equals to x minus 1 times x plus 1. And then the x squared plus 3x minus 4, the factor for this function is x plus 4 times x minus 1. Okay, so therefore, if our limits wherein x approaches to positive 1, so therefore the x minus 1 here will be cancelled out. So the remaining function is only x plus 1 divided by x plus 4. Now, if we are going to substitute the value of x equals to 1 or approaches to 1, so 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 4. So therefore, we could say that our answer is 2 over 5. Okay, so we use the factoring method. So if you directly substitute the value of x, wherein it approaches to 1, so direct line substitution, that x squared will become 1 squared, and then the x squared, the 3x will become 3 times 1. So in this method is you undergo with the you find the result in a indeterminate form. So at this point, we try some kind of solutions or techniques to eliminate or to escape from indeterminate form. So we use the factoring method. So when we factor out the functions, the f of x and then the g of x, so we try to cancel everything, and then we derive such value wherein it is not already a indeterminate form, which is equals to 2/5. So now next is we are going to find for the limits of x minus 4 divided by x squared minus x minus 12, wherein the x approaches to positive 4. So let's try again. So if we directly substitute the value of x approaches to 4, wherein this is 4 minus 4 divided by 4 squared minus 4 minus 12. So we know that 4 minus 4, this is 0, and then 4 squared is 16, 16 minus 4 is 12. Therefore, this is also equal to 0. So this is already an indeterminate form, so we need to escape from this one and try to use another method. So let's try the factoring method. So the limits of x approaches to 4. So we could say that x minus 4 over, so x squared minus x minus 12. So if we're going to find the factor for this kind of function, we know that one of the factor is x minus 4, and then the other factor is x plus 3. Okay, so the x minus 4 will be cancelled out. Then the remaining one is limits wherein x approaches to 4, so 1 over x plus 3. Okay, so now we can now substitute the value for the x. It approaches to 4, or 1 over 4 plus 3. So okay, so let's review. So x minus 4, x squared minus 3, minus x minus 12. So okay, so x minus 4, x minus 4 times x plus 3. Okay, so 1 over x plus 3. So our answer is 1 over 7. This is our answer.